Get your duct tape. Grab the hot glue gun. Shake up that can of spray paint, buddy. It's time for the Stinky Joe Prop Rock Show. Here's Stinky Joe.
Today we're going to learn how to make a cardboard tauntaun. Tauntauns are those cool creatures that are hiding out on the snowy planet of Hoth and the Empire Strikes Back that the rebels were riding around on. The first step in making a tauntaun is to transfer the pattern onto the cardboard. Here's our pattern. I haven't figured out how to turn it into a PDF yet, so freeze the frame or take a picture of it and trace it onto a sheet of paper. Okay, now that we have the pattern, turn the sheet of paper over, and then you're going to want to scribble on the back of it. Okay, after the back side of the paper has been covered with enough graphite, you want to turn the paper over, and then you're going to want to tape it onto your cardboard. That way when you go to trace the pattern, it won't move. Now, pressing firmly with your pencil onto the pattern, what's going to happen is the graphite that's all been scribbled on the back of this paper is going to transfer this pattern onto the cardboard. And then what will happen is when we get this all drawn out and we transfer it all onto the cardboard, we'll cut it out, and that is how you transfer the pattern onto the cardboard. Of course, if you've got carbon paper, that'd be a lot easier. You wouldn't have to do this process. The carbon paper would put it right on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the video or not, but I just finished tracing it out, and now I'm going to lift it up so you can see how the graphite will transfer onto the cardboard. It might not come in very well, but even if it's in there lightly, you'll be able to draw back over it and fix it so that you can see it. It just needs to be dark enough for you to see it so you can cut it out. Now it's time to cut out the piece using our trusty X-Acto knife, box cutter knife. No, not box cutter, craft knife. Craft knife. Alright, so we're making progress. We got the tauntaun's leg cut out here. Now one of the things you can do to help speed up the process is using a piece you've already cut out as a stencil. Okay, so we're going to need 6 of these tauntaun pieces glued together to make 2 legs for the tauntaun. Now what we're going to do is we'll just take our piece of cardboard, we'll put it down right here, and then I'm going to trace it out 6 times, and then we'll be able to have those 6 pieces to glue together. And that's how we use a piece as a stencil. Keep in mind though that if you do use a piece as a stencil, it's going to make your other pieces a little bit bigger. So you're going to want to cut them on the inside line. That way they won't be a little bit bigger. But if you don't mind them being bigger, then just go ahead and cut them on the regular line. Okay, now it's time for gluing and stacking. And what you can do is you can use like wood glue or craft glue, all-purpose glue. Those will be fine. Just make sure you spread a real thin amount when you're going to attach the pieces together, because if you put too much glue on there, too much of that wet glue, it's going to bubble up and deform your tauntaun. So you don't want that to happen. And it's also going to take a while too. You got to have that dry time. So what we're doing to save time is we're going to use the trusty hot glue gun and glue our pieces together with that. Alright, we got the hot glue gun out, pew pew, and we're gluing together the tauntaun leg. We got all those pieces stacked on there, glued together, one leg down, going for the second leg. Tauntaun legs fried better than chicken. Now we're putting the body together using the hot glue, and in a little bit we're going to use some of that wet glue, and the wet glue is going to be stuck on the face. If you see right there, we only want to use a little bit. Too much is going to make the thing warp. We don't want its face to get warped, and we want it to dry fast. We'll dry fast if we use a little bit of it. By the way, this very glue gun was used in an episode of the Wild West Guns Alaska show. I never did get my Packmeyer grips put on this thing. And they edited out the part in the show where I get to plug my book. Hey, speaking of plugging my book, here's my book. The Great Alaska Animals Pizza Box Craft Book. It shows you how to make all kinds of Alaskan animals out of pizza boxes. Now back to the build. Okay, we are finishing up with gluing the detail pieces. It would be best to use wet
wet glue, but hot glue's faster. See me glue the two pieces together that make the horn? Notice how I bend out the little piece just a bit to give the horn a curvature. Now onto the cute little arms. Aren't they so precious? Look, Ma, I'm gluing tiny details and not burning my fingers off. Ah! It's like molten lava! Oh, the agony! Martha Stewart would have had a bowl of ice water handy. The legs are glued on, and the Tauntaun is now complete and ready for snowy adventures on Hoth. Just keep them away from Wampa monsters. With all that snow on Hoth, you can't help but think of the Christmas season and all the Christmas decorating potential of your Tauntaun. Have you heard of Rebel, the red-horned Tauntaun? He could guide Santa's sleigh through the toughest Imperial blockade.
This Tauntaun would make a perfect gift for Christmas. You could hollow out the back of them, and you could put some pencils in them, and he could be a decorative pencil holder. Or you could hollow out the middle of them and get some gummy guts and put the gummy guts and stuff those inside of them. I mean, who wouldn't want to find that inside their stocking stuffer? I know I would. And you just could have fun with it. You could do all kinds of stuff with it. Go to like the thrift store and get yourself a stuffed animal and cannibalize it and cover the whole thing up with fur. Hot glue some fur on it. Just have fun with it. It's your Tauntaun. It's your creation. Have a blast with it, and you can give it to somebody as a gift, and it'd be a fun gift to get. Well, that's the show. If you like the show, or even if you hated it, please subscribe and tell all your friends about it. Oh yeah, and buy my book. Until next time, remember to freak out and geek out, but never let your hot glue gun run out. I'm Stinky Joe, and this is the Stinky Joe Pop Rock Show, Craft Show Edition. Bye-bye, everybody.